Lamps tutorial. Let's start with light sources. This simple scene is a common example, a lampshade with a bulb in the centre, where light needs to come from the top of the shade and the bottom. First off, you should either have a model or provide one quickly to act as the bulb. Double-clicking on that model, go to the drop-down and select Area Light. Change the power of the light source to match your scene and intent, and then change the colour where appropriate. Now grab a disk geometry directly from the model's window in KeyShot and place it directly above the lampshade. Select the disk's material, go to the drop down again and select Spotlight. You'll likely then have to quickly go back to the disk and move its orientation to the direction you need the light to flow. Play around with the parameters, like increasing the fall off to 1, to give a more realistic spread of light, increase the beam angle, in this example, to a high number, to cast light further, and increase the radius to match the circumference of your lamp's shade. Then change the power and colour, again like before, to match your scene and intent. To avoid light collisions, you may have to move the spotlight away from certain geometry to stop bleeding effects. We can then duplicate our spotlight and change its orientation for the base of the shade, possibly changing the power to reduce overexposure. For this next example, I'll show you how to actually create the translucent lampshade effect. We already have our internal model to act as the light source. When you've selected all the bodies necessary to make translucent, go to the Material tab and click Translucent. First off, we're getting a lot of reflection on our material, which typically, with lamps light, this is not very common. So go to the roughness and set it to a smooth finish. Now change the surface colour to a fairly bright colour to maximise light passing through, and set it to a colour that matches the material finish. For the subsurface colour, the internal colour, again we want to try and maximise light bouncing through the material, so set it to a high value. This will affect the brightness and therefore you will have to edit this in the light source. Now when we turn the light source off, however, you'll see that the lamp looks really grey and dark. To counter this, we need to set global illumination on. This lightens up the material so that when it's off, it looks more like a realistic transparent plastic and creates a more even spread when the light source is on. For our texture, here you can apply any appropriate PBR materials into this node in the material graph to get the right material finish, either plastic or something more fabric too. Then we have the actual translucency. Naturally, this affects how much light actually gets through, so set it again as needed. For finer tuning the light, I'm going to next show you in the material graph how to affect the translucent material better. In the window, select Textures and pick the Gradient node, then go to the Materials and pick a non-translucent material like plastic, add that to the label and apply the Gradient node to the opacity of our new label. Center the material on the part, press C on our node and orientate the gradient as needed. Then press C again and move the texture until you have a better gradient on the material. Now alter our label material to match a better plastic solid finish. In this final section, we'll show you how to quickly create a pleated shade effect, all within KeyShot without having to model anything. Back in our material graph, we want to select Textures and click on Brushed. Then we want to go to Geometry and add a displacement node. Now attach the displacement and put the brushed into the bump/normal and the displacement node. Pressing C again, center the material on part. When you start to play around with the scale in this example, and like most shades, the brush direct won't be going the right way, so in the mapping type, select Cylinder, and it should match the correct orientation. Now change the scale to match real-life examples of pleated shades, bump up the contrast to get a strong enough effect. Add a little distortion and set the levels to 2, and make sure the bump/normal is strong enough to see. Now selecting our displacement node, you will want to lower all the numbers significantly. Hit Execute Geometry node and see the effect work instantly. You'll likely now need to lower the displacement height further to give a smoother finish, and increase the max triangles to increase the resolution of the displacement. Finalize any of the parameters shown to get the effect you're after. And there you go, light sources, translucent plastics, and lampshades all covered in one.